Hey there, my dear Sagittarius Collective. I hope you're all well. Welcome. Happy New Year. All that. I'm going to be doing a soul connection reading today. Soulmate, life partner, twin flame, karmic, soul bond, soul contract, whatever you identify with. That's what this is. um, like I said, it can be linked to a karmic, it can be linked to a twin flame, a soulmate. It's really just labels. They're all here to teach us a lesson. We're going to learn today what the lessons are and what we need to know from this point going forward, whatever it is, right? YOLO. All right, so I'm going to start pulling from this deck. We're going to see if there's any signs attached, any certain element. Yeah, let's see. Got Libra, Aries. I don't know which with that yet. All right, we've got the air. Ooh, air and fire, combustion. Pisces had a pretty combustible energy too. Air and fire mix. Libra is all about balance, right? So there could be some kind of balance that's needed in this connection. Aries is normally related to the Fool and the Emperor, so somebody could be manning up, becoming an Emperor. There could be a new start that's wanting to begin because Aries is the first of, all the zodiacs, so they're the baby. Now, air could be related to Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Lovers, I already said balance. Aquarius is all about that star, right? Finding that star. So somebody could be wanting to have a new beginning with their lover, their star, bringing balance to it. All right, so I'm going to pull from the romance angels. Get a couple messages to get an overview for what else you need to know at this time. Alright, bros. Okay, so I've got make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you are guided to take. Maybe there's some kind of effort needed, some kind of like little push. It says playfulness. Also with the make the effort, I kind of feel like the journey of love is all about putting in the work, right? Making the effort. And that's not for the other person, it's basically for yourself. Teaching yourself how to love correctly, teaching yourself that meaning of unconditional love, so that way you're able and willing to give it to somebody else. That's basically why these connections push us so hard for change, because they're trying to align us with our greatest love. They could be our greatest love, or they could just be pushing us in that direction. Either way, they all serve a purpose. Playfulness here just says, like, basically maybe you've been taking things too serious. A lot of times we can feel the person we're connected to, so if they're in a bad mood, we're in a bad mood. And so the more that we play, the more that we send light-hearted energy to our partner. What was I gonna say though? Co-partner? That didn't even make sense. But anyways, it says new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Now, this could be a new connection, but it could also be, let's say you've been waiting for a person for 10 years. And all of a sudden they come back and they're almost like a new person. And it is new love, right? It's not the same love. You don't want the same love that was there to begin with. Maybe they're going to come stir your emotions a little bit. Either that, or you could have met somebody outside of this connection and they're stirring your romantic feelings. It all depends on where this goes. We'll see. I've got the 4 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. There's some kind of stress around the home, security, for you, Divine Feminine. 4 of Wands can be an indicator of a twin flame union. It's become very heavy for you. You feel like it's a burden now, possibly, but the song Speechless came on. You can leave this person speechless. All right, so I've got the Six of Cups and Queen of Wands. To me, this is you remembering who you were before this connection. Hot, fiery, excited about life. This is you like getting back to possibly the simple things that fire you up, passionate, drive you, right? And you're a Sagittarius, so, you know, or I don't know. Anyways, this is a divine feminine connected, divine masculine. You can reverse the roles as needed, dependent, right? On whichever way you fall. Gender's not specific, but this is telling me that you've reclaimed your power, divine feminine, you've reclaimed your magic. You're almost like a magnet for great things. Now, the Six of Cups, you could be also remembering the good times you had with this person. It also says reunion, so I don't know if y'all are in union yet, but it could be in the process. Combustion, right? Pow. Boom. Explosive. It's kind of sexy. All right, so let's see where the connected energies are. When I say connected, basically it just means what the two of you agree on. If I were to ask each one of you in different places, what does this connection feel like to you, and where do you think it's going? Where the two of you, what you say is the same, right? And I'm sure I don't have to over explain that, but sometimes people get things a little misconstrued. All right. So we have the Lovers and the Seven of Wands. With this, I feel competition energy, honestly. Maybe you have a choice of lovers in the midst. Are you going to go with an old one or a new one? They could as well, dependent. Lovers is associated with Gemini. Seven of Wands is basically like you've elevated to a place where most people can't reach you. So it does show elevation in this connection, right? But there's also some kind of competition in the midst that's trying to either lower y'all's vibration or to pull one person away from the other. Kind of what I'm getting is with the Lovers, most of the time when there's two people with the one man, it is indicative to me that one is a passion-based relationship and the other one is like that nurturing, loving one. And if they're not healed, of course they're going to go after what the eyes want because their heart isn't totally involved yet, right? So there may have been some elevation around the choices we've been making in love together, right? We're now seeing the difference between them. We're realizing like this has caused a separation. Six of Cups, Four of Cups. Yeah, I kind of feel, or Five of Cups, sorry. In the past, the masculine dealt a lot with heartbreak. This could be a heartbreak in regards to you. Just a lot of heartbreak around the past. But they are still having memories of sweet things while sitting in a place of heartbreak, possibly. They do feel the loss of this connection or the separation of this connection. The Emperor, how did I know he was going to come? And the Nine of Swords. I think this person is stressed that they can't man up enough for you. Or in the past, that may have been one of the big issues that like they lost sleep about or they were very stressed about, was that can I become this divine masculine that she expects? Can I evolve to this person? And now it looks like he may have made it to the divine masculine emperor, but it's like you haunt him at night being away from you. So he's made it to the place he could probably, achieve this relationship, but he still has fears and stress around it. Get some more information on divine feminines. I'd say 92% of the people that watch my videos are feminine, but there is that 7%. So I've got to clarify. Uh, okay. So for divine feminine, I have warrior and digging. Maybe you've been looking for information on how to get past your obsessive thoughts, because she's holding her head and she's looking at this computer like, what do I look at? How do I become this warrior? How can I make it through this separation? Because separation from these strong connections is a tough one, right? But it sends us down this rabbit hole of digging. Like, the digging to me is like that rabbit hole. Like, get lost in the sauce trying to figure out, like, why am I feeling this way? Like, I shouldn't be feeling this way. It doesn't equal up somehow, some way. Like, trying to make it make sense, right? Trying to make it make sense. Like, if I'm so drawn to this person, why did it end? That makes no sense, right? But it's helping you to become the strong warrior, somebody that can embrace their divine feminine. And to me, it's very Empress like energy, which matches the Emperor. Um, Strength, power, magic. Same Queen of Wands, is very much like that. Except for the Empress is a little more grounded, not so, like, she doesn't do as much. But the Empress does embody the Queen of Wands, because in order to get to an Empress, you have to have gone through all of the stages of the queens. You've had to go through the cups, you've had to go through the swords, you've had to go through the pentacle, you've had to go through the wands. And the wands are all about that controlling that fire. Like, you don't want to go lighting every house on fire, maybe just one. Um, Passion, being driven by passion, right? The cups are all about the love and how we love, and finding that we can't give everything to everyone at all times because it depletes us. Then we have the swords. This is about, like, owning your truth, speaking your truth, setting healthy boundaries around your heart. And then the pentacles, of course, is all about that groundedness, that being aligned, growing things, maturing, um, being wise with your money and your assets, and building things, right? So, Emperor, Empress, that's a beautiful combination, because once you've learned all of those lessons, you're ready for union. So, when I see a Empress and an Emperor, they're the ones that always signify to me they're ready for union, right? Um, if I see pages or knights or just a queen or anything like that, to me, mainly, I'm like, there's still work to be done. There probably still is some work to be done here, but it's not going to be as much, right? Because they think that the lessons are being learned along the way. Okay, it says pause the material world. So this could have happened because maybe both of you are completing that King, Queen of Pentacles. Trying to, how do you say it? Like, gain your smarts as far as money's concerned. Maybe you've been like, because money and love flow pretty much in the same frequency. If your money's bad, normally your love's bad, unless you're truly at a place of being, aligned. So the pause could have happened in order for when the two of you come together, one doesn't need to take from the other one, right? And vice versa. I give to you, you give to me, and we do it equally. Um, and so that's why a lot of relationships have problems, is that material world. Like, sometimes the material world can be alluring, especially to divine masculines that are unhealed, because they're like, their ego is more in charge than a female would be, or a feminine. So their ego is like, well, if I have the cars, if I have the house, if I have the money, I'm that man. I'm an emperor. No, no, right? And so it may have started out the masculine said, I need to get all of these things, a house, a car, and this and that to gain my empress. I have to be the emperor. But instead, he manifested something even more than just this material world. Now, that's not to say the situation is right now, right? Material world is also about love, lovers, right? That connection to the, because the Capricorn is associated with the devil, and the devil is the opposite of love. But a lot of times the devil comes out in a lot of readings because it's almost like the flip side of the coin. Yes, it's love, but it's an obsessive love. It's a karmic love. It's a something that's not aligned and able to be grounded in, right? It's something that's fleeting, doesn't stay, doesn't fill a void. That's why you have to go through all those stages to get there. But I got Divine Feminine, so he's definitely thinking about you, Divine Feminine. I'm sorry, sometimes I ramble, but all right. So for him, I have Chaos and Gift. Kind of what I'm getting from this is he can't shut the thoughts of you out of his brain. That's that Nine of Swords. He's up at night like, what can I do? Why won't she get out of my head? Why? Right? And it could be leading towards him realizing the gift that he's been having or holding this whole time. And where the chaos would be able to be calmed is to actually come into union, or maybe he'll present you with a gift to like reopen communication or something like that. This is called the Cosmic Contracts, the Ties That Bind. This deck, Mystic Moon Oracles, a lot of my decks here from her. She's a brilliant YouTuber. But anyways, I love her decks. They're just amazing. This deck is going to tell me what lessons the two of you came here to teach one another, what the two of you have learned throughout your connection and that type of thing. Let's see. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, I've got Ascension. And that says, I am a part of your spiritual growth. I think that's a mutual energy between the both of you, right? It's all lit up. It's light. We're teaching each other how to get to the light. Sometimes the dark pushes us there. Sometimes love pushes us there. Sometimes not getting what we want pushes us there. Either way, we get there. And so y'all are teaching each other this. Now, there's also the boundaries card here, which says, I will help you in taking a stand. So that's that warrior card to me. I think that's where it stands out the most, is like with the Empress, she has the most healthy boundaries in place. She's not going to put up with no bullshit. She's not going to take your crap, Divine Masculine. And he taught her that though, right? So he can't be mad when she finally says, hey, hold up. No. Then he's like, maybe my job with that is done. Maybe now I can act right. Like, once it's almost kind of a reflection. Once you learn that, they're like, oh, on to the next lesson, or on to the next part of our relationship, etc. All right. So, Love Oracle for the connected energies. I'm sorry about Prince wandering around. He better not mess with my camera, though. Little stinky dog. It seems like every time I let him stay, though, by the end, he's trying to climb in my lap because he likes his Lola's attention. Okay, so I have proposal, love offer, agreement, wish come true. I think both of you know where this is headed, or where you want it to go. It says take a chance, risk, leap of faith, and strategy. So this could be something that the Divine Masculine is planning. Prince, no. Now, on the feminine side, she could be looking at it as, yeah, I would love to marry this man, but it might be rolling the dice on this one. I'm not sure if it's at the place where I feel confident enough that this is going to stay forever. I don't know if I feel confident enough that this isn't going to just fall apart. Um, so I think there's still a lot of learning and growing in between the two. Now, I'm going to look into the Haunted Divine Masculine. This is another one of Mystic Moon Oracle's decks. Um, I love the imagery on these, but sometimes they creep me out a little bit. It's basically getting into the shadow of the masculine, seeing like what he's going through on a shadow side, right? Like what is he facing, possibly what he's thinking, that type of thing. I'm such like a natural goth at heart. Like I love Halloween. I love wearing black. You know. So I just love her decks because they're all very like nice. I like them. They vibe with me. All right, so I've got Lost. I can't muster up the courage. That's probably why they're having a lot of chaos, right? Like I just can't do it. I don't know if I'm good enough. I don't know if I've finally gotten to the place where we're in alignment. I don't want her to cut me off. I don't want to waste my chance now if it's not going to work later. So he's having some doubt. It says, love me easy. You're the type of lover I can't go without. But take it easy on him. Give him some grace. Send him some love. He's open to love with you for sure. I do see that. He does love you. It's a definite. Emperor, Empress. I think y'all are almost there. Of whatever lesson this was for you to learn. Alright, so let's see. This is the messages of love, Oracle. Okay, go slow. Take time to get to know each other. And I think that's what it is feminine thinks she's going to be rolling the dice. The divine masculine pretty much knows the feminine's going to show up. The feminine's going to lead the way. The feminine is always going to be ahead, right? So the feminine is like, I'm not sure if you're there. And he's like, I'm not sure if I'm there. So that's one thing you both agree on is that, is it time? Is this something that I'm ready to like go with? If you do, one to tiny toe at a time. You know what I mean? Don't rush. Because those feelings can be so intense that you want to go from 0 to 100 real quick. And that's where that air and fire can be like, boom. Because sometimes fire and air are great. They work very well together to keep a fire going. But it can also be a supreme explosion, right? So things can be really good and then things can be really bad as well, right? I've got obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement at this time. Yeah, that's what I said. And then vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. You can be. Maybe you need to be. Maybe that's something that the both of you have been working on is being more vulnerable and open for true love. Maybe you don't have all the restrictions you used to, all the fears, that type of thing. So it's time to open up and see. At least be vulnerable. Give it a chance. Roll the dice. Okay, so these cards are the hidden truth. After this, I'm going to do some charms, and that will be it. But yeah, the hidden truth is basically what your person would say to you if they had the chance. Something from their subconscious coming to the conscious to tell you. Sometimes it's something they would never admit, you know, but it pulls it out. All right, so it says, I don't know why this happened. Again, that chaos, that overthinking, like why? I think both of you feel that way though, because I said earlier, you're digging like, oh my God, why am I going through this? Why do I still have these feelings? Why can't I escape them? I can't get enough of you. Well, duh, why wouldn't you want to? And I can't reach out. Again, it's so much I can't, I don't, I can't, I won't, I can't. They need to change their mindset to I can. And once that happens, they'll truly be in that emperor. That's probably like a blockage that's waiting to happen in order for them to become full divine masculine. And nobody's ever fully healed. I'm not going to say that you can't be an emperor with still having some things to work on, no. But you definitely have had to learn some lessons along the way. Huh. Okay, let me pull some charms. If you have headphones in, I suggest turning it down a little bit because it can get a little loud. Okay. We have got, the heck is that thing? A squid. Or an no, this is a squid. It's got the little head. Um, Maybe somebody's been too like clingy, or maybe you've been holding on to this connection, the both of you. I got a Pegasus, so definitely feel somebody's gonna come in and say something or some kind of movement. I've got a crown, Emperor, Empress. Remember that. Keep your crown on. Color blue, so could be of significance. I've got an anchor. Something's gonna happen in order to anchor this in. Then I have a broken heart. So yeah, that's the one thing I see that you two agree on. There is a lot of pain here. Um, I won't say a lot of pain. I would say there is some as far as like the separation, but I think that you've worked through a lot of it already. I'm gonna pull some letter charms and that will be it. Alright, let's see. I pulled the whole bowl. Alright, so I've got the letter Z, the letter J, the letter M, the letter R, the letter P, and the letter T. No vowels. So I would say it definitely is initial of your person or somebody connected to this connection or just a signifier to your reading. It could even be your initials. Not sure. Take what resonates for you. As always, I appreciate everything you do. If you would like to be entered into my subscriber surprise, all you have to do is leave me a comment down below. Make sure to like the video and be subscribed to my channel. Really easy. At the end of the month, the beginning of the next month, I'll do a drawing, probably on one of my lives, and pick the name of somebody that I'm going to send a gift to. Anyways, I love you guys as always, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.